Good morning. Welcome back. Second game against the St. Louis Knights in this two-game set. Friendlies here in St. Louis. Back at the Maryville Ice Center. Other sheet this time. Shanahan side of the building. A little bigger bleacher area. A little higher perspective up here. Great angle to view the game. Warm-up is done. 14-minute periods. About ready to get underway here. Eager will be in net this morning. Kansas City alternating goalies, of course. Stutzer in net last night. Eager gets the call this morning. KC will go with Johnson. Take the face-off. Smith and Bachta are your wingers. And Barron and McLean on D. And we're underway. KC controls the face-off. They chip it back to Barron. Barron up the sideboards looking for Smith. Smith will dump it in to chase after it in the near corner. Bachta there in support, or Johnson, I should say. Centering pass goes all the way back out to Barron. Barron with a shot goes off the shin guard of a Knights player, and they rush the other direction. Poke check by McLean and Barron. They send that back out. Not quite out of the zone, though. It's kept in at the blue line by St. Louis. St. Louis trying to play behind the Kansas City net, trying to set something up, but good poke checks by Smith, trying to clear the zone. Kept in, though, at the right point again. St. Louis pinches down low in the faceoff circle. Quick shot off the side of the net. Goes behind the KC net. They'll play it back down behind Eager. Barron chasing after it. St. Louis Knights player there as well. Knights come away with it. They play it behind the net, trying to set something up. A little back and forth behind the St. Louis, or behind the KC net, I should say. Eventually picked up, though, by Barron. He chips up and out of the zone. Johnson at center ice, trying to get something started, but St. Louis, the poke check, disrupts the rush. KC will change it up. Fresh line. JC on the ice, pursuing. Shot on target, saved by Eager. He hangs on to it. First minute and a half of action here. Line change by Kansas City. Hargadine at center. JC and Howard are your wingers. Phillips and Landon Weisner are your defensemen. St. Louis controls the face-off. They play it back to the right D, back over to the left D. Thought about a shot, pulled down to the face-off circle. Blocked by Howard's stick. He lost his stick momentarily, but he blocked a shot. Loose puck picked up by Hargadine. He's at center ice, chips it ahead to JC, but just a little bit too far for JC. And St. Louis corrals it. Poke check by Howard disrupts the centering pass. By St. Louis, they'll regroup in their own zone. St. Louis plays it up the right side into the Kansas City zone across the blue line. They'll dump it down low. Phillips and Weisner there in the corner. Hargadine in support as well. St. Louis chips the puck out, but it comes over to JC, who tries to clear it on the right side, but kept in by St. Louis. St. Louis back over to the right D. Shot on target, saved by Eager. Loose puck in front, cleared out by Kansas City. Defensive unit for KC cleared it out after the initial save by Eager. St. Louis plays it back to the D line, dumps it back down low. A circle behind Eager, but it's picked up by Hargadine. Hargadine flips it up and over. A couple of sticks to get it out of the zone. He'll head back to the bench for a line change. St. Louis trying to get something going quick on the KC line change. KC back on the ice in time. Puck is dug out by Smith. Smith rushes up the right side. Smith into the St. Louis zone. He plays it around one defender back into the corner. Smith circles around behind the net. Brings it back to the point for Hill. Hill will play it back down low, looking for Weisner. Weisner over to Smith. Back to Weisner. Allender dumps it back down low. Looking for Smith. Smith picks up the puck behind the St. Louis net, trying to set up a centering pass. Poke check by St. Louis, though. Smith is waiting for someone to get open in the slot. Poke check by the St. Louis defender. They play it across the ice in their own zone. Circle up the right side over the neutral zone. Johnson with a poke check. Myers there in support as well. Good poke check by Myers to disrupt that rush. St. Louis picks up the loose puck, though. They'll circle behind Eager. Pressure by Powell. Powell trying to flip it ahead to Johnson, just out of his reach though, and St. Louis will pick the puck up at the center ice line. Back down into the Kansas City zone, the quick rush, centering pass, nobody home. Dungy there trying to chip it out of the zone, comes back to Barron. Barron in the far corner, he'll chip it up the boards, trying to get it out, but kept in by St. Louis. Puck trickles out to the right D, pinching down in the slot, quick shot on target, saved by Eager. 10-10 remaining in this first period. Shot so far 3 for St. Louis, 0 for Kansas City. Face-off controlled by St. Louis, back to the left D. They'll dump it back down low. Chipped away though by Kansas City. They disrupt the rush. Dungy trying to clear it out, kept in by St. Louis. Couple poke checks. Myers pursuing here on the near side as well. Centering pass turned aside by Johnson. Johnson chips it up the near boards, backhands it up and out of the zone. Glove down by a St. Louis defender, but it does clear the zone. Myers on the near boards here with Johnson. McLean as well. And they'll blow it dead here as puck was pinned against the boards with 3 players from each team. Loose puck picked up by Kansas City. McLean trying to chip it ahead to Weisner. Tied up on the near boards, though, by St. Louis. A little back-and-forth action. Eventually pulled out by St. Louis. They play it back to the defensive line. Long cross-ice pass by St. Louis. Saw a lot of those last night. Very good at moving the puck, and they'll move it from left side to right side, halfway across the ice very quickly. Left D to right winger, and vice versa. Shot from the point, blocked by Smith. Weisner will pick up a loose puck in the near corner, trying to chip it out of the zone, but kept in by St. Louis. Smith again trying to chip it out of the zone, but the right D for the Knights chips it back down low. Barron picks up the puck behind Eager. They send it up the right side, looking for Bakta. Bakta with the sauce pass over for Weisner. Weisner on the near boards. Across the blue line, he'll dump it in, head back for a line change. Fresh legs on the ice for Kansas City. Hargadine pursuing on the forecheck with JC. Howard on the ice as well. Howard picks up the puck, trying to chip it in the zone with Hargadine, but kicked right back out by St. Louis. Phillips and Weisner back on D. Phillips with a good poke check there. St. Louis picks up the puck. They'll circle behind Eager, trying to set something up. Weisner does a good job to tie him up. Or Hargadine, I should say. That was Hargadine in the back corner there. Shot coming from St. Louis, top of the face-off circle. Blocker saved by Eager. He sends it into the far corner. Weisner in the far corner with Hargadine. Trying to break up the play. St. Louis circles behind Eager. Phillips will take the right side. Chip it ahead to Howard. Howard plays it over to JC. A one-on-one here. JC trying to get around one defender. He chips it into the corner. Couple players from both teams there, but St. Louis kicks it out. They're trying to play it up the left side. Trying to clear the zone. Kept in by Hill. Good job by Hill to keep the play alive. Hargadine pursuing with JC and Howard. St. Louis digs it out, though. Trying to reset in their own zone. They'll play it behind their own net. Off the boards. Trying to get it up the near side. Looking for a long pass. Out of the zone. Kept in at the point by Powell. Cleared out, though, by St. Louis, and they quickly transition into the Kansas City zone. Playing it down low. Hill trying to make a play on the puck from his knees. Ended up tripping the St. Louis player. We'll get a tripping call on Hill. KC will go on the penalty kill. Face-off will be in front of Eager. KC will go with Powell and Barron on defensive line. Johnson and Allender are your forwards. Quick shot, tip, redirect, saved by Eager. Shot from the left point by St. Louis. Got redirected on the way to the net, but Eager kept his eye on it. The puck went down low on the tip. Eager covered it up. We're playing 2-minute penalties here in this friendly in St. Louis. It may be the norm for the Central States League, where the St. Louis Knights team plays out of. Johnson with the shorthanded opportunity, circling around, buying some time, hits the brakes, trying to play it back to point, tied up by St. Louis. Loose puck comes back to Powell. Powell doesn't get a good stick on it, but he does play it back down low. Minute and a half remaining on the penalty to Hill. St. Louis breaks it out. Errant pass, though, comes all the way back to Powell. Powell sauce pass up through the neutral zone looking for Allender. Don't blow it dead for an icing call, as it was not tipped. After it went across 2 red lines, that brings the faceoff back down in front of Eager. St. Louis controls the puck. They play it back to the left D, back over to the right D. Centering pass in the slot. Quick shot right in front. Saved by Eager. Left leg pad save. Loose puck kicked out. Barron kicked it back out to Smith, and Smith cleared the zone. Good play by Kansas City. Great save by Eager. A good defensive play by the forwards to clear out the crease. Smith with good forecheck pressure. 1 minute remaining in the Kansas City penalty. St. Louis regroups behind their own zone, or behind their own net, I should say. Going to get all the way into the Kansas City zone. Barron chases after it. Barron trying to chip it ahead to Smith, intercepted by St. Louis. St. Louis plays it back to the right D, over to the left D, trying to get a shot, create some space, trying to chip it back through some traffic, but knocked down by Smith. Smith interrupts that, and they clear the zone. St. Louis resets at the red line. Bacta pursuing. Drop pass by St. Louis, back to the right winger, pinching down. Line change for St. Louis. Not many players on the ice. They'll have to regroup in their own zone. 20 seconds remaining on the penalty to Hill. Howard trying to jump a pass there. McLean and Barron, they get through the defense. Quick shot saved by Eager. St. Louis split the defense. Got in the slot for a shot, but Eager stands tall. St. Louis playing it back down low. Full strength now. Team's 5-on-5. Wisner on the point. McLean down low with Barron. Barron ties up his man. St. Louis regains the puck, though, behind the Kansas City net. Trying to set something up. Good pressure by McLean. St. Louis picks it up. They pitch down low to the face-off dot, looking for a tough angle shot. They'll think twice and play it back down low to another player. But a poke check by McLean disrupts that. KC trying to clear the zone. Can't quite get it out. St. Louis doing a good job on this shift here to keep the puck in the offensive zone. McLean plays around the boards looking for Wisner. Wisner trying to chip it around some traffic, kept in by St. Louis. Howard with a poke check. Howard and Wisner trying to dig it out, get it past the blue line. Eventually they clear the zone. Wisner heading back for a shift change. St. Louis regroups. Howard trying to jump a pass there. Good opportunity, but St. Louis plays it around the boards. Myers and Howard on the near side. Howard picks up the puck, sends it up to JC at the center ice. JC trying to get through some traffic. He gets back on sides. Landon Wisner was trying to bring it into the zone, but poke checked away by St. Louis. St. Louis up the right side. Hargadine applying pressure. Hargadine with a good poke check. Steals the puck. Let's circle behind Eager. Plays it over to JC. Poke check by St. Louis, though. Ties up the puck on the far boards. Kansas City digs it out. Wisner plays it over to Allender. Allender chips it in the far side. Allender and JC chasing after it. They try to play it out. It comes out to Hargadine. Hargadine looking for a shot right as he was ready to pull the trigger. A poke check by St. Louis, and they rush the other direction. Phillips and Wisner back on D. Shot on target. Saved by Eager. Quick change of direction there as Hargadine was about ready to pull the trigger. A poke check. St. Louis quick transition all the way to the other end of the ice. Shot on target, but Eager hangs on. St. Louis controls the faceoff. They play back to the point right on the blue line. They keep it in the zone, though. Centering pass disrupted by KC. Dungy plays it up looking for Allender, but just out of his reach. Allender and Hargadine pursuing. Loose puck comes right in front of the slot. Hargadine trying to get a shot. It's tied up right in the slot. Turnover, dangerous turnover right in the offensive zone. KC trying to connect. A timely poke check, couldn't pull the trigger. Offsides, Kansas City. That brings the face-off just outside the blue line. Smith at center. Dungy and Johnson are your wingers. St. Louis trying to play it out. Intercepted by Smith at center ice. Chipped in the zone by Johnson. St. Louis regroups in their own zone. D to D and then up the right side, but an errant pass. They wave off icing, but Hill will chase after that. Hill collects the puck behind Eager. Outlet pass over to Johnson on the left side. Johnson trying to backhand it, loses control momentarily, but regains control and plays it over to the far side of Dungy. Dungy chips it across the blue line to keep the play on sides. Smith chasing after it. Johnson in the near corner as well. Smith and Johnson disrupt the play. A couple poke checks there. St. Louis trying to corral it, but it comes back to Dungy. Dungy dumps it back down low. Loose puck picked up by Smith. Smith looking for a centering pass, comes right in front. All the way back to the point after the clear out by St. Louis. Powell dumps it back down low. St. Louis clearing it up the near side. Almost out. Now it is cleared out by St. Louis. At center ice, they regroup. They'll chip it ahead. Turned away by Hill. Hill sends it back to center ice. Johnson pursuing. St. Louis regroups at center ice. They rush up the right side. Line change for Kansas City. Quick break for St. Louis. Right down to the slot. Shot, and they score. Quick shot. Looked like Eager got a piece of it. Under the blocker side. Might have hit his blocker. Or could have been just under. I couldn't tell. It looked like it may have got redirected, but low on the left side. And St. Louis goes up 1-0. That is the 10th shot for St. Louis. Converting their 10th shot into a goal. KC is still looking for its first shot on net. St. Louis rushing across the blue line. Good poke check there, though, by Bakta. Bakta will play it behind Eager. On the near side, looking for Weisner. Comes back to the point, though, kept in by St. Louis. Over the left D. They'll cycle it back down low to the face-off circle. A good tip and a redirect. Great puck movement by St. Louis. They played it from the left side, face-off dot, right into the slot with a good redirect, right over the shoulder of Eager on the tip. KC controls the face-off. It comes back to Weisner. Weisner dumps it in. Icing is the call as it was across both red lines. That'll bring the face-off back down to the Kansas City zone. Controls the face-off. They play it back to the left D and immediately dump it back down low behind the net. Phillips trying to tie up his man in the corner. Weisner there as well. St. Louis plays it back to the right D. Dumping it back down low. Picked up by Weisner behind the net. He plays it over to Bakta. Bakta trying to break it out on the right side. He's got Howard streaking. Sauce pass up to Howard. Icing, though, as Howard couldn't get a stick on it. Pass from Bakta just out of reach. St. Louis controls the face-off. They play it back to the blue line. Chipped out by Weisner trying to clear the zone, but kept in again by St. Louis. They'll chip it back down low. Howard chasing after it, trying to play it over to Phillips. Karams around the boards all the way back to the point. St. Louis coming down for a slap shot. Wide right, goes behind Eager. 5 seconds remaining in the period. Centering pass picked off by Howard. Howard skates it out of the zone. Tries to put a shot on net, but it was after the buzzer. KC still looking for their first official shot. Playing good, tight game early on. The 10th and 11th shot of the game for St. Louis both go in. And St. Louis late in the period goes up 2-0. Johnson to take the face-off with Smith and Bakta on the wings. McClin and Barron are your defensive unit. KC controls the face-off. Bakta chips it down into the St. Louis zone. Smith chasing after it. St. Louis plays behind their own net. McClin at the point trying to tie it up, and it hopped up and over. Might have caught an edge on the puck got up on its edge, I should say, and hopped up and over and out of the zone. St. Louis plays it down low behind the Kansas City net. Johnson chips the puck, though. Clears his zone looking for Smith. A couple of poke checks by St. Louis disrupt the rush, but KC still corrals it, and Smith will dump it in. St. Louis picks up the puck behind their own net. Hargadine applying pressure. St. Louis skates it up the right side, though. They try to clear the zone. Goes off of Howard. Looked like it may have chipped into the bench. St. Louis controls the faceoff. They play it behind their own net. Hargadine applying pressure. St. Louis plays it up the right side. They clear the zone. JC back checking. Phillips and Weisner back on D. St. Louis over the left side. Drop pass in the faceoff circle. Comes all the way back to the left point. Poke check though. Disrupts that shot attempt. St. Louis with a good, quick shot there from the low faceoff circle. Saved by Eager. We'll hang on to it. We'll get another face-off here in the Kansas City zone. Hargadine at center. KC wins the face-off back. St. Louis ties up Weisner as soon as the face-off is won. St. Louis trying to skate it out the far side, back to the right D, and they play it back down low and then back out to the right point. Thought about a shot. Howard pursuing with a poke check. St. Louis dumps it behind Eager, circles around, brings it back to the left point. JC trying to chip it out with Hargadine. Hargadine had a stick on it. Poke checked away. St. Louis dumps it right back in. Phillips picks up the puck behind his own net. Poke check by St. Louis, though. They pick up the puck and bring it right back to the blue line, looking for a shot from the left D, but couldn't corral the pass. Wraparound attempt. Kick aside by Weisner. St. Louis had a good opportunity there. They brought it right behind Eager and wrapped it around, but Weisner with a poke check. Referee sets a pick, interrupts Weisner there as he's trying to skate it around. St. Louis bangs away at a rebound in the crease. Eventually dug out, though, by Howard. slap shot from the right D goes off target, left of the net. Kansas City trying to clear the zone. Puck trickles out the blue line, but kept in by St. Louis. St. Louis play it back down on the near side. Down low in the face-off circle, trying to get a shot turned aside by Eager. Shipped out by Weisner. Puck comes up the blue line, but picked up by Hargadine. Hargadine and JC with a 2-on-1. Hargadine down low in the face-off circle, trying to play it over to JC with a great poke check by St. Louis, though. It's a good look by Hargadine. Chipped aside by St. Louis right as they were trying to finish the give and go. St. Louis rushing the other direction. Powell back on D. St. Louis with a backhand shot goes wide of the net. Poke check by Hill, and Kansas City eventually clears it out of the zone. St. Louis will regroup at center ice. Allender pursuing. St. Louis with great puck movement around the Kansas City defense. Pass intercepted by Hargadine. He'll flip it up, trying to get it out of the zone. Chip pass there from Smith. Plays it over to Allender. Allender trying to dump it in, but picked off by St. Louis. St. Louis will regroup at the face-off dot. They'll play it behind their own net. Trying to play it up the far boards, but intercepted by Smith. Smith gets it over to Logan Weisner. Logan Weisner on the far side. Smith in support. Two players from each team tied up on the far boards. They play on as the ref hasn't lost sight of the puck yet, so they play on. Eventually dug out by St. Louis. Good poke check, though, by KC. A shot by Smith off target as it might have gotten tipped. St. Louis picks up the loose puck. They play it out, cross-ice pass to the right winger, streaking in the KC zone. Hill back checking with Powell. Good centering pass, though. Just slightly off target. St. Louis couldn't get a stick on it. Shot from the left knee, blocked by Smith. St. Louis chips over to the right side and back down low. St. Louis trying to set something up. Tip right in front. I think Eager got a piece of that. A good tip by St. Louis, though. St. Louis picks up a loose puck behind the Kansas City net, trying to set something up in the slot. Smith pursuing with Hill behind the net. Loose puck comes out to the face-off dot. Left D for St. Louis pinches down. Smith behind the net with Hill. Trying to chip it up and clear the zone. Weisner on the far side as well. Puck squirts out. Picked up by St. Louis, though. Trying to sauce pass it over some traffic to the left D. Picked up by St. Louis, and a great centering pass goes right through the crease before they could get a stick on it, though. KC trying to clear it out. Kept in at the right D by St. Louis. They'll pinch down. Pass it over to the left winger. Centering pass comes back to the center ice and blocked by KC. Allender trying to flip it out of the zone. Momentarily kept in by St. Louis, but eventually chipped out by Weisner. St. Louis right back in the Kansas City zone, down low. 8.5 minutes remaining. Slap shot on target, right above Eager's left shoulder. Blocker side. Didn't have a whole lot on it, but it looked like he might have been screened. Kind of a fluttering shot. Kind of looked like his head movement. He picked it up just as it was going by the left shoulder, his right shoulder, I should say, on the left side of the net. A little bit of a screen there. St. Louis on their 16th shot notches their third goal of the game. KC still looking for their first shot on net. Shots are 16-0 in favor of St. Louis. St. Louis with a centering pass broken up by Barron. Barron chips it ahead to Dungy, and Dungy will send it back down low behind the St. Louis net. McLean trying to play it back down low, goes off a St. Louis player. A couple good poke checks to keep the play alive momentarily. Comes back to the blue line. Shot trickles wide of the St. Louis net. Myers pursuing on the far side. St. Louis brings it on the near corner with Dungy there, as well as Johnson. St. Louis chips it up and out of the zone, but picked off by McLean at center ice. McLean dumps it in the St. Louis zone. St. Louis will regroup. They play it D to D on the left side. Long pass. Almost looked like a slap shot, but a great pass. Blocker saved by Eager. So he hit the stick, I believe. Hit the stick. Very hard cross-ice pass from St. Louis. Almost looked like a slap shot when he wound up, but he ended up right on the tape. The streaking winger in the neutral zone. St. Louis trying to clear it out. Dungy there with the poke check, disrupts the pass. St. Louis corrals it at center ice. Pass to the right side. They streak across the blue line. Pinching down low. Poke check by McClin, though, disrupts it. Dungy there with another poke check. Barron on the near side as well. JC bringing it up the right side. Has an opportunity down to the faceoff circle. They'll play it behind the net. Looking for Bachta just out of his reach. Hargadine there as well. Kept in by Weisner. KC chips it behind the St. Louis net. JC frees up the puck. Trying to set something up, looking for a pass. Poke check, though, by St. Louis. They'll play it back behind their own net. Hargadine applying pressure. St. Louis pokes it away, though, and they'll clear the zone on the right side. On the left side, I should say. St. Louis up the neutral zone, across the red line to the right winger. Over the blue line. Quick snapshot, though, blocked by Bachta, by Barron, I should say, didn't get through. Weisner picks up the puck, trying to play it ahead to Hargadine. Hargadine corrals the puck. He's at center ice. Got one man to beat. Plays it back to Weisner. Weisner trying to get around some traffic. Poke check by St. Louis, though. Hargadine picks up the puck, though, after a good poke check of his own. Trying to get around some traffic for a centering pass. It comes back out to the point. Howard at the point. Trying to keep the play alive. St. Louis rushes the other direction. Quick change of direction. St. Louis back down low. Centering pass goes all the way through the crease. Comes back to the right D. Thought about taking a shot. He'll pinch down low. Tie that behind there with JC and Howard. St. Louis plays it back to the left point. Thought about a slap shot. On target. Got right through all that traffic. Saved by Eager. 17th shot of the game for St. Louis. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Phillips and Weisner are your defensemen. Smith take the face-off. KC controls the face-off. Weisner breaks it up the left side. Weisner trying to get around some traffic. Poke check by St. Louis at center ice. Myers on the ice as well. Poke check there. Puck comes back to Phillips. Phillips plays it around the boards, trying to find Myers on the near side. Intercepted, though, by St. Louis. They'll play it back down low. Back up high quickly to the left D. They'll circle around. Myers applying pressure. Smith and Weisner on the far side. Shot on target, saved by Eager. Kicked out by the Kansas City defense. It comes back to the left point. Shot just off target. Got redirected by a stick tip. St. Louis plays it back to the right D. Back to the left D. Quick shot, saved by Smith. I should say blocked by Smith. Goes off of the skate. KC clears the zone, but St. Louis will regain possession of the puck at center ice. Quickly back into KC zone across the blue line. Play it back down low. Shot from the face-off dot, saved by Eager. Loose puck picked up by Phillips. Phillips trying to clear it around up the side. It's kept in by St. Louis. Comes back to Weisner. Weisner played around looking for Johnson. Johnson trying to chip it around some traffic, but kept in at the right point by the Knights. Weisner picks up the puck and will play it off the boards and clear the zone. Johnson pursuing. St. Louis in their own zone. They'll circle around and regroup. They play it up the left side into the Kansas City zone across the blue line. Smith Smith with a timely poke check. He sends it up to Johnson. 2-on-1. Smith and Johnson and Bachta. Bachta right in front looking for a shot. Got poke checked away at the last second. KC with a good opportunity there. Just got a poke checked away right as Bachta was trying to pull the trigger. St. Louis behind their own net. They break it out up the left side. Weisner with the poke check keeps the play alive, though. Johnson and Bachta in the zone. Bachta played it over to Johnson on the far side. Johnson pulls up short. Plays it back to center ice. Shot just off target. Dungy pulled the trigger there, just left of the net. St. Louis brings up the left side into the KC zone. Skate around some traffic with the ref. JC and a Knights player collide. JC got the better of that one. St. Louis quickly regroup in their own zone. They're bringing up the right side into the KC zone. Good poke check there, though, by Hill. St. Louis plays it back to the D, back down low again, looking for a backhand shot on target. Eager will cover that up. Glove save, I should say, and he'll hang on to it. 2.5 minutes remaining in this second period. Argadine, JC, and Allender are your forward line. McClin and Barron on D. St. Louis controlling the face-off. They play it back down low behind Eager. Trying to set something up behind the KC net. They slide it behind the net, but nobody home. McClin will chase after that. McClin trying to chip it ahead to JC. Kept in by St. Louis. Centering pass off target, though, and JC chips it ahead to Allender. Allender bringing it up the right side, trying to sauce it back over to JC, but St. Louis player right there to receive that pass. Argadine trying to poke check. St. Louis skates it up the right side around some traffic. Centering pass right in front, goes all the way through the crease into the near side. JC trying to chip it out of the zone, kept in by St. Louis, but eventually hacked out by Barron. St. Louis regroups at center ice. They play it back to the left side, just over the blue line, down to the face-off circle. Poke check by Barron. Trying to get it back to JC, but it's picked up by St. Louis. Shot coming from the left point, just off target to the right. Rebound picked up by St. Louis. They play it right back to the left D. Second shot high over the crossbar. McClin applying pressure on the far side, along with Argadine. Argadine and McClin trying to chip it out of that corner. St. Louis corrals it. They bring it back to the right D, back over to the left D. Quick puck moved by St. Louis. Shot from the face-off circle. Blocker saved by Eager. Just under a minute remaining. Barron plays it up to Argadine. Argadine trying to break it out the near side. Argadine's over center ice, just over the red line. It'll be a high stick call if St. Louis touches it up as they're waiting, and they blow it dead. St. Louis player hit the puck with a high stick. It's the next player to touch it. If it was KC, they'd play on, but if it was St. Louis, they blow it dead for a high stick. The player's all aware of that, so they just kind of sat there and watched the puck come to a rest. The referee blew the play dead. Face-off here in the St. Louis zone. Just under a minute remaining. Howard takes the face-off. St. Louis controls the puck behind their own net. They play it up the far sides through the neutral zone. Phillips and Weisner back on D. Myers back checking with Howard as well. Centering pass attempt disrupted by Kansas City. Phillips ties up the man in the far corner. They play it back down low behind Eager. Shot right on target, saved by Eager with a good pass from behind the net right into the slot. Comes back to the D. Right D to left D. Shot blocked by Myers. St. Louis trying to get something set up. They circle through the face-off circle. Cycle through the face-off circle. Shot from the left D goes off target. Loose puck comes back to the point. They're trying to get one more shot in with 2 seconds. Slap shot from St. Louis. Saved by Eager. No goal. 22nd shot of the game for St. Louis. KC just struggling to try to get something on net. Had a few looks. Some good odd man rushes here and there, but timely poke checks by St. Louis, preventing KC from getting a shot. Not a single shot yet. Shots are 22-0 in favor of St. Louis. Johnson to take the face-off with Bachta and Smith on the wings. Barron and McClin are your defenders. KC controls the face-off. They play it back to McClin. McClin over to Barron. Barron chips up the sideboards for Bachta over the red line. He dumps it in. Bachta pursuing in the far corner. St. Louis digs it out, though, and they'll play it up the left side. They clear the zone. Good back check by Johnson, the poke check. Puck comes back to the blue line, up and over. Quick offsides call by St. Louis. That'll bring the face-off just outside the zone. KC will switch it up. JC, Howard, and Hargadine are on. Phillips and Weisner on for defense. St. Louis controls the face-off. They play it back to the defensive unit. Left D to right D, quickly up the right side into Kansas City's target. Goes behind Eager. Loose puck carried off the boards. Picked up by JC. JC trying to play it out to Hargadine, but just out of his reach. St. Louis controls the puck with Howard and Hargadine pursuing. Trying to play it out. They chip it up into the neutral zone. Backhand pass into the KC zone, picked up by Phillips. Phillips plays it up to Howard. Kept in at the point, though, by St. Louis. Good poke check by Howard disrupts that play. St. Louis picks it up, though, and plays it right back to the defensive line. Left D over to right D over to the left D, I should say. Landon Weisner beats his man to the puck, plays it up to JC. JC over to Hargadine. Hargadine and Howard. Hargadine with a toe drag, pulls it around one defender, taps it over to Howard. And a poke check by St. Louis disrupts the rush. KC with some good pressure behind the net. Smith and Hill in support along with Howard. Hill trying to chip it ahead to Howard. St. Louis digs out. They play it back to the point. Blocked by Powell. Shot on target, but Powell got a stick on it and carried it behind the net. Played right back down low, though, by St. Louis. KC gets it up to Howard. Howard chips it over the red line. Just enough to buy some time. No icing. But gives Kansas City a chance to do a line change. St. Louis regroups in their own zone. They circle around their own blue line. Smith pursuing. Try to play it out. Kept in by Allender. Allender picks up the puck at the point. Sends it wide to the net on the right side. Clearing attempt. Kept in by Kansas City. Loose puck comes right in front. Backhand attempt. Weisner trying to get a crack at it. And they blow it dead. Loose puck trickled into the crease. A couple shots by KC now on the board. St. Louis controls the puck behind their own net. Hit the brakes, change direction, trying to play it up the near side. Good poke check by Allender and Weisner, trying to keep the play alive for KC. This puck trickles into the near side. Weisner beats his man to the puck, trying to play it back down low, but right into the possession of a St. Louis player who chips it up the near boards. Kept in, though, by Kansas City. Allender at the point, trying to keep it alive. Smacks it back down low for Dungy. Dungy chasing after it. St. Louis beats him to the puck, though. They'll pick it up behind their own net, trying to clear it out. Dangerous passes right through their own crease there, but St. Louis clears the zone. Allender flips it up and out of the zone for a line change. St. Louis regroups at center ice. They chip it across the blue line into the KC zone. McClin and Myers on the near side trying to chip it out. St. Louis will regroup on their own side. Sauce pass intercepted by Myers at the blue line, trying to chip it ahead. Bouncing puck just couldn't quite corral it. Good interception by Myers there. St. Louis tried to sauce it out of the zone, but Myers knocked it down. Cross ice pass right through the crease. Intercepted by KC. St. Louis picks up the loose puck on the near side, trying to play it back to the point. They play it from right D over the left D. Bachta and Myers, shot on target, right leg pad, saved by Eager, kicked into the far corner. Johnson with a good poke check. Weisner trying to break it out. Weisner and Myers trying to skate through some traffic. Weisner gets through some traffic, corrals the puck at the blue line. They dump it in behind the St. Louis net. 9.5 minutes remaining in the game. St. Louis picks up the loose puck and they play it out the right side into the neutral zone. Hargadine with the poke check attempt, and JC there as well. Phillips and Weisner back on D. Shot on target, glove save. Eager will hang on to that one. St. Louis winger went around a couple defensive players for KC. Quick wrist shot. Eager had a clear lane, clear vision of it. Glove save, and he hung on to it. St. Louis controls the puck. Shot goes off their own player. Shot from the right point. The St. Louis player was trying to get back off his knees. Defensive player for St. Louis fired it right into him. St. Louis digs the puck out. They play it quickly back to the right side. The pass was off target. They'll corral the puck and circle behind Eager. St. Louis trying to find some time here and create some open looks. They play it back to the left D, back down low, back up high. Shot, bouncing puck wide of the net. Kicks into the near corner. Phillips tying up his man in the near corner. Puck trickles out to the crease and kicked aside by JC. Not out to the zone, though. St. Louis keeps it in at the blue line. They play it back down low. Hargadine pursuing with Howard on the near side. Weisner chips it over, looking for JC. JC back down to Weisner. Weisner will set up behind Eager, playing it up the near side, looking for Howard. Hargadine and Howard trying to chip it out of the zone. Phillips there as well. Puck eventually squirts out the neutral zone. St. Louis will collect it at their own blue line. Howard with some forecheck pressure, trying to keep the play alive down there, but St. Louis, quick pass out to the right side, and they clear the zone. Smith back checking, trying to disrupt that play. Powell on the ice with Hill. Powell picks up the puck behind his own net. He'll circle around the near side, chipping it ahead, looking for Howard. Howard sauce pass over to Allender. St. Louis picks it off, and they'll clear it up the left side. Powell with the poke check disrupts that rush at center ice. St. Louis picks up a loose puck, jumps right back in the Kansas City zone. They'll circle behind Eager, trying to set up a wraparound. Good poke check by Weisner, disrupts it. Comes over to Powell. Powell skates around some traffic. He's got Weisner on the far side. Weisner trying to chip it back to center ice. Intercepted, though, by St. Louis. St. Louis with a quick rush right back in the Kansas City zone. Shot down to the face-off circle. Right leg pad saved by Eager. Comes over, rebound picked up by Barron. Barron skates it up the right side. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the game. St. Louis D-to-D in their own zone. Play it up the left side at center ice. Scores. Turnover in the defensive effort there, trying to clear it. Fanned on the pass. St. Louis was right there to pick up the loose puck, and they beat Eager on the right side. Six and a half minutes remaining. Dungy, Johnson, and Myers on the ice for your forward line. And McLennan and Barron on D. KC trying to get back on side before they can dump it in. St. Louis players dump it right back in the Kansas City zone. Picked up by Barron. Barron plays it up the right side for Dungy. St. Louis picked up the puck, though, and cleared it right back out of their zone. Loose puck picked up by Barron as it trickles through the face-off circle. KC trying to clear it out, looking for Myers, but kept in by St. Louis. Quick shot, hits the back of his own player. Got a loose puck in the crease. Chipped aside by the KC defensive unit. Barron picks up the puck, gets through center ice, around some traffic, down to the face-off circle, trying to get a shot on target, just wide right. JC picks up the puck at the blue line. Keeps the play alive. He'll play it back down low. Barron behind the net. McLennan and Barron on the near side. They chip it over to Bakta. Bakta trying to play it back down low, looking for JC behind the net. Picked up by St. Louis, though. They try to clear it out. Hargadine pursuing. He keeps the play alive. Blocked by St. Louis, though, as they clear the zone, and Barron will corral the puck. McLennan plays it quickly up to Bakta. Just out of his reach, though. They wave off icing. St. Louis picks up the puck behind their own net. Good poke check by JC, disrupts the puck. Loose puck right in front, trickles through the crease, but picked up by the St. Louis streaking winger. He comes out of the zone across center ice into KC zone on the right side. Gets through some traffic just as he was pulling the trigger. Lost the handle. St. Louis plays it back down low in the near corner. They play it behind Eager. Centering pass right in front. Saved by Eager. Great save by Eager and kicked out by Phillips. Loose puck comes back to the point. Shot on target. And they score. Initial save, great save by Eager. Left leg pad save, kicked it out. St. Louis grabbed that rebound and quickly played it right back to the left D. And that shot beat Eager on the right side. Shots are 28-2 in favor of St. Louis. 28-2. Poke check at center ice by Smith. Disrupts that cross ice pass attempt by St. Louis. They regroup in their own zone in front of their own net. Circle around through the neutral zone, up the right side. Hill ties up his man. Howard in support there as well. Hill, Smith, and Howard trying to chip it out, but St. Louis plays it over the left D. Quick snapshot on target, saved by Eager. They're just going to run the clock here for these last few minutes, so I'll keep my clock running as well. Howard chips up the near side, looking for Smith, streaking with Allender. Howard trying to get across the blue line. Powell trying to tie up his man. They get around some traffic, play it back to the right D, top of the faceoff circle, shot on target, saved by Eager, picked up by Powell. Powell carries it behind his own net, trying to clear it out, but kept in by St. Louis. Smith on the far side. Tied up with a couple St. Louis players behind the net. Tied up again, though, by Kansas City. 2.5 minutes remaining. Centering pass picked off, though, by Howard. Howard chips it up, trying to get it out on the near side, but St. Louis keeps it in. Hill and Smith tying up a couple Knights players in the corner. Eventually, Smith comes away with it, trying to backhand it out, looking for Howard, kept in by St. Louis. St. Louis picks up the puck at the faceoff circle. Pass, backdoor pass, though. Squirts through some traffic, but they couldn't pull the trigger. St. Louis with a centering pass, nobody home, though. Trying to clear it out. St. Louis jumps right in there, though, and intercepts that pass. At the center ice. Howard off. Minute remaining in the contest. Myers with a good poke check, plays it back to center ice, looking for Dungy, but poked away by St. Louis. St. Louis at center ice, drop pass for Winger. They played across the red line, but picked off by McClin. McClin plays it over to Myers, just off of his tape, though, and corralled by St. Louis. Shots are 32-2 in favor of St. Louis. St. Louis plays a long cross-ice pass from the right D up to the left winger. Quick puck moving back to the right side, into the KC zone, but chipped out by McClin. More good puck movement, though, by St. Louis, and they're right back in the zone. Good pressure by KC. Dungy and Barron tied up their man. KC trying to play it out, looking for Barron. Barron chips it out into the neutral zone. 8 seconds remaining in the contest. And they'll kill the clock in their own zone, and that'll do it. Solid victory for St. Louis here, a 5-0 victory, another 5-goal margin. Yesterday being 6-1, I believe. Today, 5-0. KC just couldn't find the net. Couldn't find shots on net even. Outshot today, 32-2. I believe yesterday, St. Louis had about 31 shots as well. We had 9 yesterday, so a lot of offensive firepower by St. Louis, just not enough by Kansas City. Certainly a good test for KC, though. This is a really tough St. Louis Knights program. Plays out of the Central States League. From what I've heard, they're running through the league at the moment, having their way with everybody. So a very tough team. Also won the Denver tournament, the CCM tournament that the boys played in early in the year in September. The St. Louis team won that tournament. 0-2 on the weekend for KC. Good test, though. Definitely a gear or two higher, gear or two faster than they were ready for. Next set of games will be in Omaha when they play, actually in Nebraska in general, but we'll play in Fremont for a friendly. And then down in actually Omaha, first weekend of December. Next tournament action will be 16, 17, 18 up in Minneapolis. But one more friendly in Omaha, and then one more tournament in Minneapolis for this calendar year. 5-0 your final. 32-2 on the shots. KC goes 0-2 on the weekend. We'll see you in Omaha for the next friendly.